Hey guys, what's up? 𝗏𝗏𝗘 top trading reviews. Today we're going to trade some Forex on the GBP JPY pair and maybe some other pairs in general. Today I want to trade some Bollinger Bands, and whether they're useful or not I'll show you. On the monthly time frame, first we need to identify the areas of support and resistance, so that's what we're going to do. First, resistance area is over here. Where's the most touches? That's the area. Then we're gonna identify the support line. There we go, support and resistance lines. What else can we see? We can see a little trend line developing. If you want to draw a trend line properly, you can use the line chart over here. There we go. Then we do the candlesticks, and we basically identified our support and resistance areas on the monthly. We can have a look on the weekly. Can we see some weekly mid-range zone? We can on the rectangle tool. If we just have a look over here, this weekly mid-range zone, most touches, as you can see, a few touches here. The market stopped in this area, a few touched here, touched here, touched here, and then broke out here for some reason, probably some fundamental news because the wick is massive. Then it went back up, resistance zone, went back down, broke out, and then now it's consolidating in this area again, which tells us basically it's an area of sensitivity as well in between these two monthly zones. So what else do we see? We need a daily chart. Right, on the daily chart we see that the market is currently consolidating in these two areas. Consolidating in this area, let's make it red. There we go. It's also consolidating in this area. There's really no point in marking it because we know it's a weekly, support resistance area, whatever you want to call it, or an area of sensitivity. So there will be, some stopping movement. It's not going to just suddenly break towards the downside. But what's happening here is basically the market tried to break towards the upside, as you can see, but found a lot of sellers in this area. There's a lot of sellers in this area because look, these wicks are pretty big. Over here and over here, and you see that wicker here. There's a ton of wicks, pushing the market down. But we know we have this monthly trend line. This monthly trend line is telling us that it's pushing the market down, and we also have this resistance of the monthly time frame as well, which is close by. So currently the market is undecided what it's gonna do next. It has, been pushing towards the upside with a lot of volume, a lot of volatility over here in the past couple of days, as you can see. 10th of October, 11th of October, and then on the 15th of October it moved around. Let's just have a look. It moved around 600-700 pips. Imagine that. So if you would have entered this trade, you would have made a lot of money, which is insane. But currently the market has been stopped by the sell orders, the sell army, and saying, nope, you're not moving anymore, and we're here to stop you. So it's on a consolidation phase at the moment. We don't know whether it's gonna break towards the upside or downside on this daily time frame. Once we do, then we can, wait for exhaustion and a push towards the upside or downside. But since we want to trade a little bit shorter term trade, what are we looking for then? We're looking for some area of sensitivity on the 4-hourly and an hourly time frame entry. We see some kind of sensitivity over here in this area, and we can mark this with a different color. I'm not sure, let's do green. So as we can see, it bounced back off this area with this wick the first time, but that's only the first touch. Usually a first touch means, it's testing the ground and it hits, areas of sensitivity, take profit levels, stop loss levels, sell orders, buy orders, whatever, it hits in this area because this is an area of sensitivity. It hits them, so it shot the market back down. But what then happened is a second retest orders, and if now it pulls back towards the upside, it means it's going to consolidate towards the upside and the buyers are in the market. However, this bearish engulfing candle is telling us that the buyers are not in this market, not in this sensitivity at least, so it's probably gonna break towards the downside. So we need to go into the hourly time frame, and we can see it a little bit more clearly as well. As you can see, this massive candle swallowing the other candles. Then the buyers came in the market, tried to push the market up. It failed to do so. The wick is massive. It has been pushed down, and now it's currently pushing down, and it's probably gonna break this area of resistance eventually. So we even need to go lower. We need to go in the 30-minute time frame, and that's where we're gonna use an indicator. We're gonna use Bollinger Bands. Believe it or not, Bollinger Bands, yeah. So we can see everything a little bit more clearly on the Bollinger Band. As you can see, it's breaking the bands. Then we found our area of sensitivity over here. The wick is, telling us the market is gonna move. So ideally, we need to go even shorter, 5-minute time frame or so, and wait for a pullback towards the upwards direction, this middle line, and then enter our trade short. Basically even 3 minutes. Let's have a look. Oh, 3 minutes is pretty good. As you can see, it's nearly touching the zone, and then we would enter a short trade. It would be a very short trade, a couple of pips in and out, and that's what we're waiting for. So GBP JPY, if it pushes towards the upside and touches this middle zone, or nearly touches this middle zone, we can enter a short trade, and hopefully it's going to be profitable. So currently 1 minute 43 left for this candlestick to close. What's happening on the 5 minutes? 2 minutes 38 for this candlestick to close as well. What's happening on the 1 minute time frame? So currently it's fluctuating on this area. So I just want a bigger push towards the upside, and then we can enter this trade short, and it should be fine, because this middle zone usually acts like a support and resistance area. I know it's going above it now, but on the 3 minute time frame it's nearly touching it. So GBP JPY, we can there we go, do this, sell. There we go, GBP JPY is open. Very, very nice. Now we just need to wait for the market to decline and push the market down. And yeah, the market is still moving downwards, because we can see lower lows over here. As you can see, that was the lower low. Now the candlestick close over here. That's the newest lower low. So it's making lower lows, which is good. It means the market is trending towards the downwards direction, and it should be making us money. So let's see if that happens. If for some reason the market starts pushing to the upwards direction, the next area we're gonna be looking for is this area over here. This is the next area of sensitivity. Let's just make it blue. So if it pulls back towards this area over here, I'm gonna enter another trade on GBP JPY, and it should be fine as well. It's actually pushing towards the upside, which is good. I like to see that. I know I have a trade open, but I'm not worried about that. Look at this. So let's place a sell. There we go. We place now 2 trades open, and it should be declining downwards, because this was the area of sensitivity on the 3 minute time frame. By the way, it's crazy that I analyze from the monthly to the weekly to the daily to the 4 hourly, 1 hourly, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. But that's how you can trade. You know your areas, you know your bias, you know your stuff, and then you can trade like this. Obviously, I'm not putting any stop loss or take profit lows, because I'm waiting for a scalp to work, then close it off in profit. Obviously, the market is fluctuating a little bit, but as I said, the market is on a downtrend, and it should be pushing down. Also on this Bollinger Bands, this middle line is acting as a resistance zone as well. So there's 2 resistance zones, you could say, this blue one that I have, and this middle resistance band. So let's wait and see. So we're currently seeing some sort of push. GBP JPY, there we go, it's starting to profit a little bit. I'm gonna keep this trade open for, I don't know, like 10 to 15 minutes or so. Let's see how much we can scalp. We'd never want to scalp too much, because it's risky trading. We don't have to take profit lows, stop loss lows, and I don't have the time to monitor the charts all day. If you do have the time, then you could be a good scalper, but I'm just too busy with other stuff. Right, so the market is falling down. Very, very nice. 171. So there we go. We can close it off. Close out. There we go. Yes. Okay, close this as well. Yep. Okay, very, very nice indeed. We closed these 2 trades off. As you can see over here, it started to fall down, as I said and mentioned, and it's probably gonna go down even more. I could have just kept the trade open, but since it's scalping, I just like to be a little bit more secure than risk it all and then risk my account balance, and then it starts moving up towards the upwards direction and I lose money. I'd rather be a little bit more secure and smarter than that, because trading without stop loss and take profit lows is stupid anyway. So what I'm doing is a little bit stupid, but it makes sense in my mind, and if it does in your mind, you can try the strategy. By the way, look, it's just falling down. I could have profited so much. It always happens. This is the second video, by the way. Yesterday the same thing happened, and today is the same thing happening. I could have profited a lot more as well, but hey, I knew this is gonna happen. Let's have a look on the 5 minute. As you can see on the 5 minute, he was breaking towards this area of sensitivity, broke out with this bearish engulfing candle, some exhaustion. I always tell you guys, look, push, exhaustion, and then what happens after exhaustion? Again, another push, and then after this push, when it makes a lower low, there's gonna be another exhaustion. and then another push. It always happens like that. It's just simplicity of trading, and you can make so much money by just doing something like that. It's crazy, you know. People don't learn support and resistance and trend lines and master them, you know. They just look at it as a beginner's tool, you know, and they mastered it in, you know, a day or something, and that's it. No, trust me, I know so much people that draw trend lines wrong, draw support and resistance areas wrong, and they have no idea. They think they're drawing right, but it's not. They think the market is breaking when it's actually not, you know, and they place, you know, trades towards the downwards direction when it should be going up. It's crazy, you know, but it's trading, it's forex, and not a lot of people make money in it. That's why join my VIP trading signals group and profit together, or join the robot 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 app. All the links are down in the description below. 250 minimum deposit. I suggest more for leverage. Oh, and by the way, yeah, I forgot to show you my results. So yesterday I traded these USD CAD, USD JPY, and then these two GBP JPY, as you can see over here. 10% already, apparently 4 trades open, and I earned $1,000 within a couple of days time. So amazing. And yeah, as I said, take care, have a nice day, goodbye.
Ain't about money, it's about being loyal. Cause when I had nothing, they stayed on my soil. The grass might be greener on the other side, but not for the ones who left me out to dry. I can forget, but I never forget. Money is power, but care about respect. If you've been focused on credit or debit, then I'ma pay you a reality check. Some of the richest be feeling depressed. Material shit don't compare to the rest. I move around with my real ones.